Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today? I want to talk about leadership and loneliness. So I want to ask you, first of all, do you see yourself as a leader? And if not, go ahead and change your mind now. Hello, Akira. Good morning. So everybody's a leader of themselves. You are a leader of yourselves. You may be somebody who's more of a support to other people, so you may not feel like you're a leader, but in your area of life, you are a leader. So I'm going to say that everybody's a leader. Now, those of us out there who lead other people, we'll say, so everybody leads ourselves, but those of us out there who lead other people, who create space for other people to grow and transform and move forward in life, and when you're doing something and teaching other people how to do it, when you're coming up with new ideas, when you're maybe creating a new movement, when you're trying to maybe pull a whole bunch of ideas together and weave them in into something that's never been done before. So if you're any of this kind of person, like give me a little happy face or heart, because you're a leader, right? If you're on the edge of new ideas, if you're getting people together, if you're doing anything where other people are looking up to you, you're a leader. If you're a parent, you're a leader. So anybody can be lonely, right? We know that. You can be lonely by yourself, but you can also be lonely in the middle of a room, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about leadership and loneliness today, but first let's talk about what is loneliness? What is loneliness? I would love to hear, hey Johanna, good morning, babe. So good to see you. So loneliness, what is loneliness? Loneliness is this feeling of separation from yourself. Separation from yourself, a desire to have something outside of self, fulfill something that feels lacking inside. So when we feel whole, what people say, and I'll talk about what I think whole is in a second, when we feel whole, we often don't feel lonely. There's nothing missing. When we feel like we need something else, we need more of something different, then we can potentially feel lonely. So feeling whole, and in order to, I'll just share with you one way. I'll give you some activities, right? Like this is the big picture, conceptual first of, how do you feel whole? Well, I heard recently somebody say wholeness is duality, embracing duality and oneness at the same time. So I'm going to say that again and then explain it. Wholeness, so feeling whole, is embracing duality and oneness at the same time. So duality is the separation. So even though I'm coming to you right now, namaste, my friend, we are separate in the sense of, I don't really know what's going on in your brain right now. I don't know how your belly button feels. I can't really feel your right elbow, right? So we are separate in a way. And yet at the same time, we're connected. We're in this together. We're on this earth, this microorganism, and we're impacting each other even in this moment right now. You're impacting me, I'm impacting you. And so we're separate and yet together. And that is wholeness. So when you feel lonely, I'm going to talk about some ways to avoid loneliness in the first place. But if you do feel lonely, you can step into the sense of knowing that, take a breath, get with your body, and just know that, wholeness isn't just about, feeling just you, but it's also about feeling you as part of everything else. Okay? So if you're a leader, know that there are going to be a lot of times where, especially if you're somebody who's kind of revolutionary with your ideas, you say things that kind of ruffle feathers maybe, or you're thinking ideas that are outside of the box from what your friends and family and people around you, you can feel lonely. People tell you you're wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? That's silly. Or, you can feel really lonely even when you're around people, right? And so just know that even though you have certain thoughts as a leader and certain ideas and certain wishes and goals and activities you're doing that are not everybody else, right? You're you're separate in a sense that you're not like everybody else. At the same time you're doing it, you're thinking it, you're feeling it, you're being it. Your way of being is impacting everybody else. So you get to choose to stay in the sense of I'm lonely and I'm separate, or I'm a little lonely and separate, but at the same time, because of that separation, because of that difference, because of your leadership ability, your ability to create, your ability to be more expansive potentially, more patient, more persistent, show up in a bigger way, right? Kinder, more compassionate, more mindful, more accountable, more responsible, right? This is what I see as a leader, the qualities of a leader. This is the way I see it. So, this is what I'm bringing forward right now for you. But when you're in that space, you recognize that you're not alone. You're actually doing it. You're being that person for the goodness of everybody. And so when you're in the space of maybe you're home alone, you're creating something, you're doing something, you've been, just feeling like you're all out there trying to do something, you have this big vision and you feel all alone, know that you're doing it. Your loneliness is actually your gold. Whatever you're producing, you're creating in that moment, even that pain that you're feeling, that loneliness pain, is to skyrocket you forward. Hey, Paris. Hey, Elle. Hey, Wick. Hey, Christy. I'm going to sneeze. I felt that one coming. Whew, excuse me, darling. I love a good sneeze. I love a good yawn. There's something about it that feels really good to me. This release of energy. It's like so yummy. So leadership and loneliness. I wrote down a few things. So why do we feel it? It's really the sense of like separation. And we are separate, and yet we are together at the same time. So if that's a feeling of wholeness, I'm hoping this makes sense. If it makes sense, like drop me a little line. If it's like too conceptual and out of the box, let me know, and I'll try to explain it better, but I think you get it. Okay, so I'm going to talk from a business standpoint now, a little bit more so, because a lot of you out there are business owners or wanting to be business owners, or you're speakers, somebody out there who's leading the way in some sort of what I would call, many of you on here right now, kind of epic transformation for people. You are the kind of people who want priceless transformation, epic transformation for people, right? When you're in that space in life, people think you're a little cray-cray. Like, what are you doing? Chill out. You're like, no, I'm on a mission, right? So it can feel a little lonely. I want to remind you we're on this together. So first off, what can you do? First, self-care. When you're working too hard, take care of yourself. Take a bath. Learn to love yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself. I love you. 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 Tell yourself 5 times in the mirror. Okay. Remind yourself that you have everything you need, right here. So also that's in the moment of, when you feel lonely. I would say also do this kind of stuff regularly. So I'll leave today in a couple hours and go practice bowspring, right? And take care of myself and connect with my community of people who I love. And so I always know there's this like touch point at the yoga studio, the bowspring, the vital studio, that there's this touch point of community, of self-connection, of a reminder that we're in this all together. Namaste, when you say namaste, right, that means the light within me honors the light within you and sees that we're the same, nothing different. We're just a bunch of cells put together in a certain way, and we got some brain processing and past experiences and some future experiences, but we're really, we're in it together, we're connected. So that's what namaste means. So when you go to a class, you come to my video maybe, and you say namaste with me afterwards, I often say, well, at the end, namaste. And it's a reminder that we're in this together, right? Like, we're no different. We're just doing different stuff, right? So take care of yourself, have your community, have your touch points. I have an accountability call 5 days a week with Elle Ingalls. I love it, girl. Woo, woo. I see my girlfriends. I chat. I got some girlfriends I chat on the phone with, right? And we make sure we'll chat on, women are, we chat on the phone for an hour, 2 hours. It's really fulfilling. It reminds me that I'm not in this game alone. That there's people out there who care about me, right? And there's people who care about you. So if you're not giving them time do it, because they're going to feed your soul, and you're not going to feel so lonely, and your leadership abilities will actually skyrocket. That's what's cool. It's very rooting. It's very grounding to have people in your life, community, who support your vision, even when they may not understand it. Some people in my life don't understand what I'm doing, and that's okay. They still are like, go get them, Tiger. Right. Another thing is join a group. So I'm launching, I don't like that word launch. It just sounds so strange. Launching a program. I'm not sure. I'm kind of not into it. I'm launching it. It's not really like, it's not going anywhere. I'm opening up space for a group of wonderful souls this fall. There's several people, there's 8 people already enrolled. And I really believe that a big part of my success has been community, has been joining groups of other entrepreneurs who are doing the things that I want to do, and we're doing it together. And so I'm creating a same thing, a space, a year-long program for people to ride the wave together, to create a 6-figure business, to learn how to be more mindful, accountable, and really prosperous in 2019, right? Like step up level, right? It's time to up level. And really, it's like leadership is about continuous up level. It really is. And it can feel lonely. So get yourself some mentors. Reach out to me if you need some help. I'm here for you, right? If you need a business, if you need help in your business, if you need help in your body in terms of presence, and how are you coming forward in life? How are you coming forward in video? How are you coming forward, on stage? How are you coming forward when you meet people? That's the leadership. That's the leader in you. Is the leader coming out, right? Is that, when you're lonely, is that loneliness affecting your leadership? Or I see a lot of clients that they won't step into their leadership yet because they're scared of the loneliness. Let's just be honest. It might be nice to go to your job and get donuts every Monday morning from the boss or whatever, right? And get your coffee at the JOB, and get your people smoking your cigarettes out back and doing lunch at Subway or whatever. Thai food. I don't know what goes on in corporations anymore. I haven't been in there so long. But there's a community there. I get it. So leadership isn't for everybody. But if you want to leave your JOB, if that's not your path, and you're not doing it yet, part of the reason, or if you know somebody, part of the reason is that fear of being lonely. Because you got to do a lot of work when you're an entrepreneur. You got to do a lot of things on your own. You're all the people at the beginning. You're in sales, you're in marketing, you're in accounting, you're in client fulfillment, you do all the things. So it can be a little scary, and I totally understand. So that's why I've created a group, so you can have accountability, you can have support, you can have what really the best thing about joining a group like this, the business up level program I've created for the fall, is this: when you got a problem, you have people to ask how to solve it, like that. Right? You ain't got to sit around in your living room for 5 days, 5 weeks, and try to figure some email marketing out or some crap. Leaders don't do that. They reach out for help. They get support. They connect with the people who actually know how to help them. So I'm here for you. If you need support, reach out. Give me a little, send me a little message. If you're ready to step up as a leader and not be so lonely, it's time. You can't do it all alone. I realize that. I'm actually interviewing somebody to work with me in my business now because there's just too many things. And I realized, you know what, Lila, stop being a control freak and let some things go, right? Leadership, you got to delegate. You got to let go. You got to release some things to grow in other ways. So anyways, I understand if you're out there and you're a leader and you're lonely. I love you. We are in this together. Don't reach out, get some help. Reach out to me. Go to a networking group that you love. I'm actually on the board of directors for, I'm the marketing director for Businesses Honoring Spirituality. That's another touch point for me. Twice per month, I get to go to a meeting and see these beautiful people who I love. We eat together, breakfast, right? And they're all in the same boat. Everybody's same boat. We're all kind of lonely wolves, but we got our wolf pack, right? So come join my wolf pack. I like that. I'm totally in with that. Come join my wolf pack this fall. All the lonely wolves come my way. Seriously, we can do this. It's a lot easier to rise together, basically, is what my point is today. And also keep your ideas strong. If you feel lonely in your ideas, I would love to hear. If you feel like you got some ideas and nobody gets you, let me know. Reach out to me. I love new ideas. We're this group right here is on here, visionaries. revolutionaries, people who are not going to stay inside the box, people who are willing to see a new way and maybe are even thinking of a new way and want to express it in a new way, right? That's what I'm all about for this year, next year, and the next probably like 50 years. Namaste, my friends. We are in this together. Don't forget that.